You're now entering the 10 spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spot.
Sorry. Stay clear, be careful. Is it the end for Oasis?
We are the best band. We make the best albums. You know, we're a great band. Not even to mention how extremely good looking we are. There's people in the Houses of Parliament, man, who are bigger heroin addicts and like cocaine addicts than anyone in this room right now.
Oasis. Liam, Noel, Gwiggs, Bonehead, and Whitey, the multi-platinum Manchester quintet, have returned after last year's ban-threatening U.S. tour, brandishing their third and most ambitious album to date, Be Here Now. An over 70-minute barrage of Marshall Stack-powered rock and roll. Be Here Now boasts a larger-than-life sound that echoes a musical era gone by.
I was listening to a radio show in England the other day, and somebody paid me really one of the highest compliments I've ever been paid. The DJ said that I was the new Phil Spector with like experimenting with wall of sound, which I thought. He said it was like, you know, it was that dense and that sort of massive, the sound of it, that it was like Phil Spector. And I didn't even pay him to say that either. He actually said that off his own back.
With Be Here Now, Oasis were afforded something they didn't have on their previous two releases, 1994's Definitely Maybe, and 1995's What's the Story, Morning Glory. That something was time. For the most part, the band recorded the new album over the first few months of 1997.
Well, the first two records were done in between tours, so we had to finish the lyrics really quickly. We went in, we bashed it down. We didn't have any days off or anything like that. So them records should have sounded really intense, but they sound more relaxed than this one. This one sounds a lot more intense.
I don't think it took long, you know what I mean? But there's not a problem with that. Because if we'd have done it dead quick and we're back out the door, I'd have talked to you about 3 months ago, wouldn't I? Yeah. On this bloody stool.
This is called a master plan.
For Noel Gallagher, Oasis' chief musical force, songwriting had typically been confined to stolen moments in hotel rooms, buses, and venues on lengthy tours. With Be Here Now, however, the songwriter set time aside to write the album, jetting off to the Caribbean island of Mystique, where he spent a month composing and creating demos for most of the album's 11 tracks.
Take the time to make some sense of what you want to say. Cast your words away upon the way.
You know, I put myself under like quite a bit of pressure because that was the only time that was set aside for writing. So when I went to Mystique, the first week was sort of like quite slowish and never wrote one, and then as soon as like your mind was waking up, I was writing sort of like 2 or 3 songs a day sometimes.
Giving Gallagher time to compose was apparently worth it. Whereas his previous lyrics had been slighted for their simplicity, the first single, Do You Know What I Mean, offers up some of Gallagher's most personal subject matter to date. Set to a thumping sample of NWA's Straight Outta Compton, the track addresses religion and Noel's hometown of Manchester, England.
Step off the train on a lone at dawn, back into the home where I was born.
The first line on the single is, you know, I stepped off the train all alone at dawn, back into the hole where I was born. So after going away and becoming successful and earning lots of money and being famous, I don't go back home to Manchester much anymore. And I actually got off the train one very early morning to go and see my mum, and sort of as soon as I got off the train, I suddenly realised, well, why I don't live there anymore. You know, because it's rubbish. I knew it had to be that one, really, because as long as it wasn't another Wonderwall or Don't Look Back in Anger, which I think everybody thinks were this sort of rock ballad group, which I hate. You know, I mean, I'd hate to think people think we're like Air Supply or something like that, man, or like Foreigner or something like that. If you look at the 100 greatest songs ever written, the Beatles have written at least 60 of them. And that's better than wanting to be the Velvet Underground, you know what I mean? Or wanting to be the Doors.
Oasis have never shied away from their love of the Beatles. And with Be Here Now, the comparisons continue to abound.
Beatles played guitars, we play guitars. Beatles had hair, we've got hair. Beatles had arms, we've got arms.
The band decided to soak up some of the Fab Four's vibes by recording Be Here Now at Abbey Road Studios in London, an endeavor that was ultimately cut short.
There's like 3 studios in there, and we were playing that loud. Somebody knocked on the door one afternoon and told us to cook. Some old fella, he was doing his flugelhorn overdub or something, and he came in, he's banging on his own. He says, "I'm awfully sorry, Opie." And he said, "But I don't suppose you could turn it down a minute." He said, "I'm trying to do my flugelhorn downstairs." And we was like, "Flugelhorn? You stick your flugelhorn up your ass, mate. It's a recording studio."
While Noel often makes references to the Beatles in his lyrics, such as alluding to Helter Skelter and the new track Fade In Out, this time even the album's title was Beatles-inspired. Be Here Now is a Buddhist reference John Lennon made in an interview just before his death, saying that the point of life was just to be here now. If that wasn't enough, the album's cover photo appears to hold some Beatlesque riddles as well.
We put a white Rolls Royce in a swimming pool. The registration plate was blank, so somebody said, "Why don't we have the registration plate off the police van on Abbey Road?" All of a sudden, it's like all over the press that they've actually got a story for every single item that's in this thing. That took us like 5 minutes to throw it together, so let's just put that there.
Just a rock and roll cliche kind of album cover, isn't it? You know, Rolls Royce, scooter, what the clock with no hands on it, what's that got to do with the Beatles? What's a lamppost got to do with the Beatles, you know what I mean? What's a swimming pool got to do with the Beatles? We like the Beatles, we like them, we love them. But I think it's an Oasis album, this one, I think we've got where we're going.
We don't sit in the studio, and this is the God's honest truth, and like listen to like Abbey Road or anything like that. I mean, people can say what they like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, but to me it's all music, and it doesn't belong to the Beatles. It doesn't belong to anybody else. It belongs to all of us.
Certainly one of the pinnacle moments in Oasis' career to date was their sold-out pair of shows in their hometown of Manchester before 120,000 fans in the spring of 1996. It was a crowning achievement for the working-class lads who for years had dreamed of finding a way out of the dead-end life it seemed fate had dealt them. A life amidst crime and drugs, all set to the music of Mancunian mainstays, The Smiths and Happy Mondays.
You have to understand where I come from. Anyone that's got a guitar is considered like a lunatic, and you get the guitar broken over the back of your head. So, you know, for me to even consider being in a band at that point, or even Liam to consider being in a band, I say to your mates, "I'm in a band." "A band? What do you mean a band? Do you mean like play? No, you play an instrument." Yeah, it's like, he must be gay if he plays an instrument.
As a kid, were people like giving you encouragement?
No. Because you've got to feel good about your own, you know what I mean? It's like, if there's no point, you know what I mean? Surely someone's telling Michael Bolton he's great, you know what I mean? Right now, "Hey, Michael, you're great." You know what I mean? And he's going, "Ah, yeah, cool," but he's a wanker, isn't he? You know what I mean?
While many perceive Oasis to be Noel Gallagher's conception, the band was in fact founded by bassist Paul McGuigan and guitarist Paul Bonehead Arthurs, who ushered in singer Liam Gallagher and drummer Tony McCarroll. But the band had little direction until the senior Gallagher came to their first gig in 1991.
Well, I went to see these when they'd done the first gig at the Boardwalk in Manchester, and I thought it was all right, but the songs were crap. So they said they wanted a guitarist, and so I said I'd join if they let me write the songs.
He said, "Really? Can I be in your band?" I went, "Yeah, of course you can. Only if you like the songs."
However it went down, Noel did come, packing songs in one hand and his guitar in the other. He laid down a strict schedule of rehearsals, which the others were happy to comply with after getting an impressive sample of his music.
Whatever got me, I remember him coming into the rehearsals, he played it on acoustic guitar. I was like, "Who wrote, where'd you get that from? You didn't write that, did you?" It was like, I couldn't believe it.
I'm free to be whatever I choose, and I'll sing the blues if I want.
Well, once I got into it and realised, you know, after about 6 months how good the band actually was, together as like 5 people playing, then it was like, well, you know, we're either going to do this properly or we're not going to do it at all. And doing it properly means, you know, setting out to be the biggest and the best band in the world and not be pissing about.
Things took off from there. After a 4-song set at Glasgow's King Tut's Wawa Hut, the band was signed to Sony Music Worldwide, who released their first LP, Definitely Maybe.
I was looking for so much chill, but all I found was cigarettes and alcohol.
Definitely Maybe showcased Noel's first collection of songs, as well as the distinctive vocal delivery and onstage presence of frontman Liam.
I've never held a microphone in my hand in my life. Never, ever had one in my hand like that, just like that.
Maybe that's all you wanna know. You got grouse, signs just wanna fly.
I don't think I'm a performer. I'm just a singer because I'm anti-charismatic. You know, I'm not jumping around business and wooing the crowd going, come on, yeah. You know, that's just sing.
Maybe I just wanna fly, wanna live as I wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe. Maybe I just don't believe. Maybe you're the same as me, who see things I'll never see.
Come on, everyone clap, come on. Let's have the first row. Come on, everyone, come on, let's put it together for Live Forever. Come on, come on, I can't hear you.
While Definitely Maybe was the fastest-selling debut album ever in England, commercial success didn't happen stateside until Oasis' sophomore effort, What's the Story, Morning Glory.
What's the story, morning glory?
Morning Glory saw new drummer Alan White replace the ousted Tony McCarroll, who to this day is trying to sue the band for millions in compensatory damages.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
Still, on the strength of their ballad Wonderwall, Morning Glory's mid-tempo tracks sold America on Oasis as the album went quadruple platinum.
You're my Wonderwall.
Oasis supported their albums with dogged tour schedules, crisscrossing America on 8 separate occasions, which Noel determined was necessary in order to succeed stateside.
It was us that said we were going to be the biggest band in the world. So it's us that have now got to go out and improve it. And to do that, I'm afraid you have to spend most of your life on the road. So we shut our big mouths off. Now we're just going to have to go and pay the consequences, aren't we?
Noel's words were prophetic. By the summer of 1996, consequences began to present themselves.
Liam ain't going to be with us tonight because he's got sore throat, so he's stuck with the ugly four.
The band's non-stop tour, record, tour again routine took an inevitable toll. Liam's voice gave out, ironically, just in time for MTV's Unplugged taping. Big brother Noel was left to pick up the slack as Liam, looking rather fit, looked on from the balcony.
Some might say sunshine follows thunder.
Band tensions intensified after Liam failed to arrive in Chicago for the next leg of their U.S. tour, opting instead to look for a new house back in London.
2 things, laryngitis, nowhere to live.
Some people here are saying you've got an arrogant attitude.
Oh yeah, that's what makes Oasis, innit?
I mean, I can sing, you know what I mean? I can sing as well as he can. I mean, I'm in no way like a frontman or anything like that, and it's going to be hard work.
Liam did manage to rejoin Oasis in time for the band's performance at the 1996 MTV Video Music Awards. The reunion was cut short, however, just days later, and the band scrapped the remaining dates of the tour after an especially nasty row between the Gallagher brothers. Rumor had it that the band was through.
You get so bored travelling around the country anyway that you'll just be sat on the back of a bus and you'll be drunk. And it's usually alcohol more than anything else, and someone will just go, "Where'd you get them shoes from?" I go, "Well, what's up with them?" And I'll say, "You calling them my shoes?" And before you know it, it's like it's descended into like a brawl, you know. And someone's left the band because of like a pair of shoes. You'd have been in England at that point. God almighty, I tell you, man, it was like the Queen had, you know, had injected crack up her arse, something like that, man. The coverage was like, I got back to Heathrow Airport, I said, is there anybody outside? And then these doors opened and it was just this sea of, like, people.
Is it the end for Oasis?
We've been on the road for 3 years, non-stop, full on. And when we weren't on stage playing, we were in the studio recording.
We didn't walk away from anything, we just needed to go home.
It was only 3 gigs. It's like, you know, the end of the world. But my thing was, it would have been worse doing the gigs, actually, the mood that the camp was in, because nobody really wanted to play together. Everyone just wanted to go home.
Once home, Liam and Noel sorted things out, deciding to take an extended holiday before venturing into the next album. Still, touring in support of the new record seems a daunting task. Sort of.
If we could work out a system where everybody in the world came to our rehearsal room, sort of maybe once every Saturday night for a couple of hours, that'd be fantastic. But, you know, it's not going to work like that, is it? You know, you've got to get on and, you know, you have to get on that plane and sit in first class drinking champagne all the way, you know what I mean? Life's a bitch, isn't it? Wouldn't wish it upon anyone. Get a proper job, kids.
Oasis has always been synonymous with volatile, thanks to the band's now famous fraternal squabbles and their reputation for excessive partying.
She looks like something that I put in my mouth last week. And it really got me high.
Their post-tour downtime was anything but boring, as the Gallaghers proceeded to get themselves into new predicaments. In November, Liam was picked up for cocaine possession after an awards party, though no charges were pressed. Soon after that, big brother Noel made some by now infamous comments about the use of illegal substances among, well, everyone.
There's people in the Houses of Parliament, man, who are bigger heroin addicts and, like, cocaine addicts than anyone in this room right now. All the MPs in the House of Lords were heroin addicts. You know what an observation that was. Now there's the downside of alcohol, that, folks. Everybody does it. You do it, 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 you do it. He doesn't do it because he's a Buddhist. The fact of the matter is, it's like everybody does drugs, right? That's what I was saying anyway. I was saying, you know, I mean, the person that was asking me the question, you know, he does drugs. I've done drugs with him, you know, so there you go.
Mr. Gallagher should realize that he's a role model. Yes, he's entitled to his views, he's entitled to his thinking, but he must also realize that he's got a responsibility beyond himself.
If people think I'm irresponsible, you know, yeah, I am irresponsible. I'm in a rock and roll group. I'm supposed to be responsible. You know, if I didn't want to be irresponsible, I'd be a priest. You know, I'd be a good songwriting priest though. I'd write some cracking hymns. I hate pop stars who go and whine about the price of fame. People like Eddie Vedder, you know what I mean? What's the point? Why is he in a band if he's so pissed off with it? You know what I mean? Why don't you just go work at a car wash, you know what I mean? Or like McDonald's.
In stark contrast to the celebrity-shy rockers of the grunge era that preceded them, naked ambition has never been a problem for Oasis.
I've got a Rolls Royce. I've got 3 stalkers. I'm about to go on the board at Manchester City. I'm part of the greatest band in the world. Am I happy with that? No, I'm not! I want more! Let me just tell you that being famous is great. I love it, man. I think it's the best thing. You get stopped walking down the street for an autograph. That's the best feeling in the world.
But fame has its price. Continual surveillance by England's camera-toting tabloids has tarnished Oasis' once rosy views of celebrity.
I don't like being famous, this crowd. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Or some sides of fame, you know, the media. Them lying people who lie and making stories up saying you go around biting people on noses and you're doing that one and you're doing that one. It's like a load of bollocks, you know what I mean?
Here's a thought for every man who tries to understand what's in his hands. What's in his hands.
I read in one. It was like, last night Liam ordered a Chinese takeaway. He had egg fried rice, Patsy had an Indian, she had poppadom. I mean, what egg fried rice and whatever she had for dinner last night got to do with music.
Bound with all the weight of all the words he tried to say, and as he faced
I didn't join a band to be famous, you know what I mean? I joined a band to make music. And if that comes along with it, which obviously it does, then it's there, you know, it's there. So as long as you keep the fame just a little bit over your shoulder, you can't let it get in front of you and dictate where you go and all that over because you've blown it then, you know what I mean? You've got to keep it behind there, one of them little elbow in the fucking head every now and again.
But the paparazzi did manage to dictate when Liam would marry actress Patsy Kensit. The press disrupted the couple's initial plans and ultimately forced them to perform their nuptials at a time and place a bit less than romantic.
There's all the press outside me waiting for me to get married. I'm telling them to fuck off, and I'd be going, yeah, but it's fame, you're famous, so don't give a f. It's my private day, and only close friends and people should be at it, not you and your stupid camera. And so therefore I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning, man, and get married. Out of sleep, I go, no, I do. I do, like me little bobbly out like that, my pyjamas on like that, going, I do. Yeah, a pair of us like that, lean on each other like that, going, I do. Yeah, we do, don't we? We do. You snorting our heads up. Do we? We do, yeah, you know what I mean? It's one of them.
While the Gallaghers will no doubt continue to battle the press, if not each other, their prime focus is Be Here Now, which is just as well. For when it comes to Oasis, dealing with the present has always been a better bet than trying to predict the future.
We've made a new record. Just can't wait to get out and play it to the people now and then see what happens.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to keep it together a bit longer than we did last time.
Yeah.
But you never know. I just hope the people who buy it like it. I hope the people who buy it like it tell their mates. I hope their mates tell their mates. Because I need to build another car park for that helicopter.
Everyone's very excited, and all the band, everyone who works for it is excited to get back out again.
Shoes excite me, Lager excites me, America excites me, stools excite me, everything excites me. I'm just one excited young man. In the band with 5 lads and all, it's shop. And all the cliche, you know, all the picture that you see of rock and roll, it's great, you know. You get to come to a place like this, you know what I mean? Get to speak to really groovy people like yourself. There's a girl screaming at you, it's wicked, man, you can't beat it.
That's it for this installment of MTV News Presents. Do join us in 2 weeks when we'll be taking an exclusive look at the 1997 Video Music Awards, backstage at the annual Glitz Fest, scoping out what goes on when the big cameras aren't looking. That's September 9th at the 10 spot here on MTV News Presents.
Good to see you, as always. Thanks very much.
Fucking stew, man.